everybody and welcome back to today's video. So in today's video I thought we would take a look at part 1 of my Wii collection. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first game that I have to show you tonight is of course Super Mario Galaxy, that I believe came out in 2007. On the front cover we have Mario and Luma the star. If I just flip this over, on the back it says Sea Stars, Desert Stars, Ghost Stars, Toy Stars. Get ready for an adventure of galactic proportions, spanning a multitude of stars across a vast universe. We then have a couple of screenshots there. And then some of the transformations, so Fire Mario, Boo Mario, and of course Bee Mario. And it also tells you that you can play this in 2-player mode. Now if I just open this up, there's the inside of the box, so of course we have the disc there. And on this side we have the manual. And underneath we also have the Club Nintendo points. And it's not actually called Club Nintendo now, it's called My Nintendo. And these points haven't even been scratched off. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off and we'll take a look at the manual. Okay, so here is the manual. And of course it's the same front cover as the box. So first up we of course have the contents page, the prologue for the game, and some characters, so Bellari, Rosalina and Luma. We then have Getting Started, so all the start screens, the file selection screen and how to save the game. The controls, so how to set up the Wii remote and the nunchuck. And then attaching the nunchuck to the Wii remote. Exploring the galaxies, collecting power stars, Comet Observatory and the galaxy screen. We then have some of the basic actions, movement, spin, spin jump, and then some of the jumps, so consecutive jumps, backward somersault, wall kick, side somersault, long jump and ground pound. Speaking and reading, grabbing the pole and crouching, picking up, swimming and skating. And then some of the transformation actions, so Bee Mario, Rainbow Mario, Ice Mario, Fire Mario, Spring Mario, and there's also Boo Mario down there. And then a variety of contraptions, so the launch star, the pool star and the pipe, and then some blocks, switches and panels, and what they all are. And then also switching the camera angle. We then have Sproutle, Cannon, Bubble, Starball, Ray Surfing and Sling Pod as well. And then some of the items, so coins, green shells, 1-up mushroom, life mushroom and red shell. And then hints, how to use some of the actions, trouble defeating enemies and feed star bits to Lumas. And then check the map at the observatory and send in the star list to friends. And then credits for the game. And then a notes page and the PEGI age rating system in the UK. And then the warranty and the Nintendo hotline. And that is the manual. And that was the first game for the night. And that was Super Mario Galaxy. So the second game for tonight is PokePark Pikachu's Adventure, and I believe this came out in 2010. So on the front cover we have quite a few Pokemon. We have like Piplup, Pikachu, Charmander. And then on the back of the box there's a slight bit of damage to this box, which is really annoying. It says run, jump and smash. Play as Pikachu and save PokePark. meet Pokemon and play skill games. Challenge attractions with your new friends. Take photos to remember your adventure. And then on the inside of the box, we have the manual, of course, and again the disc. And then underneath here, what do we have? Okay, so we have this magazine. I think this is like an advertisement, so we have two different Wiis, the white and the black one. And then we have some game advertisements, so we have Monster Hunter, Wii Sports Resort, and Super Mario Galaxy 2, which is of course the sequel to the game that I just showed you. We then have Wii Fit Plus and New Super Mario Bros. Then we have Sin and Punishment, Naruto Shippuden, and Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, and then an advertisement for the Wii Sports Resort pack that comes with the Motion Plus. And we also have the Health and Safety Precautions booklet, and again the Club Nintendo points, which again I haven't even scratched off. So let's go ahead and take a look at the manual. Okay, so here is the manual, and of course the front cover is the same as the box. We then have the contents page. What is PokePark, and play as Pikachu on an adventure with friends. Zones and zone keepers, so we've got Venusaur there, Empoleon and Blaziken. The basic controls and getting started. Language settings and the TV mode. I don't know how popular this game was. I always remember playing this, but I never played it with friends. I always played it on my own as I didn't know anyone else that owned it. We have the main menu screen, starting a new game, games up to 1 to 4, so up to 4 saves, and arcade mode, the game screen, the Pokemon signboards, crates, map, and the meet in place as well. The PokePark pad, Pikachu stats, friends list, and saving the game. Pokemon and skill games, chase, battle, hide and seek, quiz, and obstacle hop. And then the attractions. Some passwords, entering passwords, Pikachu's accessories, Pokemon that appear in PokePark. And then 2 pages for notes, your Peggy system rating, warranty and Nintendo hotline. And that's the end of the manual. And that was the second game for the night. And that was PokePark, Pikachu's Adventure. Okay, so the third game that I have to show you tonight is The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, and this came out in 2006. And of course originally it came out on the GameCube, and later on they did remaster it to HD for the Wii U. So there's the front cover, we have Link and Wolf Link as well. Then on the back it says Become a Legend, the biggest Zelda adventure of all time. Fire projectiles with precision, simply by aiming at the screen with the pointer. Swing the Wii remote and nunchuck to wield your sword and shield. And then it says, when unnatural twilight blankets Hyrule, change into a wolf to restore the light. And here it says 16:9 widescreen display only on the Wii. Okay, let's open this up. So there's the inside of the box. We of course have the manual and as always the disc. And then underneath here we have the Club Nintendo points. And again, I haven't used these either. And then we have another one of these catalogues if I can get it out. And this time it's advertising the white Wii. Sight Truck, Project Hammer, and The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, which is of course the game we're looking at. Metroid Prime 3, Battalion Wars, Mario Strikers Charged, and WarioWare. I absolutely love the WarioWare games. Super Mario Galaxy, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Monkey Ball, Red Steel, Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam. I believe you could get an actual skateboard to stand on for that game. And Call of Duty 3. So let's go ahead and take a look at the manual. Okay, so here is the manual. And as always, the first page is the contents page. And then the prologue for the game. The controls. Getting started and selecting a quest log. The game screens. The item screen. The map screen. The collection screen, understanding the screen, saving and options. Some of Link's actions: walking, running, swimming, jumping, targeting and shield defense, wielding your sword and other battle actions. Multiple actions: first person perspective, handling your horse, operations when when Link is a wolf, and in the Wii U version, which I've done a video on, you can actually get Link and the Wolf Link as an amiibo. Some items. And then heart container and pieces of heart, replenishable items. So we've got rupees, hearts, and then pumpkin seeds as well. And some hints for the game. So some question and answers if you get stuck. And then fishing, how to use the little fish. And then the credits, of course. And your standard notes page, warranty, hotline, and that is the end of the manual. And that was The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And the fourth game that I have to show you tonight is actually the first game that isn't a Nintendo game. Of course it's licensed by Nintendo, but this is actually a Disney game. And this is Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. There's the front cover, and on the back it says team up to save the tri-state area. Battle against Dr. D and his evil robots. Power through intense dimensions. And it says plus meet Agent D. I don't know when this came out. I think it was 2011. It doesn't actually say on the back of the box. Okay, so here's the inside of the box. So of course the manual, and we do have the disc. This won't of course have Nintendo points because it's not a Nintendo game. But we do have this Disney code for some Disney rewards. This probably expired about 20 years ago. And then we have the health and safety precautions booklet. So let's go ahead and take a look at the manual. So here is the manual, and this one is a lot thinner than the other manuals we've looked at, and I think it's in black and white as well. So contents, getting started, the controls, the menu controls and the game controls, the second dimension and the main menu, so new game, load game, continue and saving, tips and tricks, and then some collectibles, electronics, tokens and tickets and figurines, and then some customer support, the limited warranty and an advertisement for some Phineas and Ferb DVDs. So 2011, so that probably makes sense that this game did come out in 2011. And then it says Catch Phineas and Ferb on Disney XD, the Peggy rating, and that is the end of that little manual. And that was the 4th game of the night, and that was Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension. Okay, so the last game that I have to show you tonight is Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City, and I believe this game came out in 2008. Now on the front cover there's quite a few characters that you might recognise. So we've got Nook's Cranny there in Tom Nook, we've got Blathers in the museum, we've got Mabel in her clothing shop, and then we've got 2 villagers there as well. On the back it says the city comes to Animal Crossing. Relax in town or go out and explore the city, it's up to you. What's the buzz in town? Stretch your legs in the city, there's something for everyone, and get a me makeover. And then down here it says you can play with your friends near and far, of course using Wi-Fi. Now inside this box we of course have the manual and the disc, and I really like the colour of that disc, it's really different. So of course we have the manual, and because this is a Nintendo game we do have the Club Nintendo points as well. And again I haven't used them, and like previous games we have this catalogue advertising games. So we have the Wii Fit, Wii Music, Mario Kart Wii, Pro Evolution Soccer, and that looks like Michael Owen and Ronaldo there as well. We have Super Smash Bros and Mario Galaxy. We have another Wario Land game, Metroid Prime and The Legend of Zelda. And then Big Brain Academy, Mario Party 8, and the game that we're looking at now as well. And then we have a health and safety precautions booklet there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the manual. Okay, so here is the manual, and unlike the other manuals, this doesn't have the same front cover as the box, but it does have the contents on the second page there. And then it says, what kind of game is Animal Crossing? We then have the basic operations and setting up your Wii remote, and then synchronising your Wii remote, and then getting started. We then have using your DS with the game, the basic controls for the game, the game screen, and the controls at home, the menu item screen, money, drop, the letter, your character, pockets, and menu, the sub menu. Functions of the item screen, fishing rod, shovel and net. So going fishing, digging up and then catching bugs with your net as well, which have all been implemented into the new game of course. We then have other screens, fishing bugs, photos, friends, keyboard, map, and then making designs. Building in town, so Tom Nook's shop, the museum, which are both on the front of the box. And then the Able Sisters, of course, which was also on the front. And then creating your own design. And then the town hall and the checkpoint. And then building in the city. So we have Katrina, we have Crazy Red, who sells you dodgy items, Gracie Grey and Shampoodle. We also have Happy Room Academy, Marquee and Auction House. Travelling the world. And then going to a friend's town. And then chatting with your friends. And then some advice. So talk to the animals, catching bugs, catching fish, visiting other towns and using shortcut buttons. And then again, question and answer if you get stuck. Connecting to the DS. Some credits. Warranty and the hotline. course, was the last game for the night, and that was Animal Crossing Let's Go to the City. So as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and until my next video, good night everybody. Good night.